leading a minimalist life, you actually save money. Less things you have, less decluttering.
Yes.
Or less
time, let's say, you spend for decluttering. Welcome to Lash podcast,
where we talk about entertainment, business gossip,
alternative lifestyle, unsolicited advice, and hot trends.
with your hosts Anna and Chris. Hello. Today we are gonna talk about minimalism
Yes.
and minimalistic lifestyle.
Which emphasizes on simplicity, utility, and elegance.
This concept started in New York 1960s.
That's quite a long time ago, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was very recent.
Yeah, exactly, because it has now become a trend.
Yes, true.
What we want to highlight is that
Quality over quantity means that you don't necessarily need to have a lot of things in your house, but you need to shop smart.
Yeah.
If you want to purchase an item, it shouldn't be, let's say, cheaper.
But it should serve a purpose.
Yes.
Do you actually need it?
Or you want it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like a more practical approach.
Yes.
So we take stuff that actually serve a purpose. Not just buy stuff or take stuff just because we like them.
Yes, exactly. Minimalism is all about the idea of promoting decluttering, let's say, and sort of assigning, let's say, significance to your personal belongings, for example.
What you mean is eliminating distractions and making mindful choices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Minimalism is not a rule. It's just simply a mindset, even though it has become a trend the last couple of years. It shouldn't be taken seriously, but it's just a way of decluttering your homes and just keeping whatever you actually need, as we mentioned earlier, and not what you want.
So basically what you want to say is there is no specific rules you have to follow.
Yes.
So nobody's going to tell you do this or take off that because it doesn't look good.
Or don't buy this or this, for example,
It's your choice and how you interpret minimalism in your life. Furthermore, minimalism does not only refer to decluttering and or whatever material you possess.
It can include all your belongings, like at your home, for example, your decor, your clothes, your tools, your everything basically, or things like, could say time, perhaps.
Like don't waste your time in...
Yeah, sort of. So just see what you actually need to do with your time and not just sit around, for example, and do nothing.
Yeah.
If you can be more productive in that time.
As well, don't try to do everything with your time.
Yes.
Like don't overdo it. Just choose your time, how to do it. That also means your energy.
Yes.
Time and energy go together.
So don't waste, let's say, your energy in things that you don't need to.
Like meaningless,
Yeah. I like this famous quote from Vernon Howard, which says, "You have succeeded in life when all you really want is only what you really need."
Yeah. So it's not about only what you want. Maybe we can want everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's normal to want everything, you know. But if you want to move towards a more minimalist life, you should perhaps consider your next purchase to be like, to ask yourself, do I really need this item, for example? Do I really need this piece of clothing? Or do I actually need the clothes that I have in my wardrobe at the moment? Or I can donate them, for example.
Decluttering.
Yes, exactly.
So don't just keep stuff because you keep it for years and then you never use them. It's just gonna pile up. So just declutter. If you want something that, I don't know, some clothing that you don't have anymore or is ripped or something like that, then yes. Otherwise, not just consume.
Have you seen Kim Kardashian, actually?
Yeah.
How her house is?
Yes.
It's completely minimalist.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I like that much minimalistic.
It's a little bit too empty.
Yeah. Like, I see sometimes her house is echoing. So
yes. So
it's
not going to sound nice even.
Yeah. But minimalism is, as you said, a mindset. It doesn't go by rule. So each person interprets it differently.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't follow, I don't know, Kim Kardashian because she's minimalist and she's a figure. Do you know, actually, the happiest people are the Danish? Why?
Yeah.
Because they lead a minimalist life.
Okay.
Even in their space or their environment or with family and their time and everything.
They tend to focus more on life balance, let's say, and their well-being as they try to, I think, spend more time with their families and doing maybe some activities outside and so on. They sort of try to spend their time more meaningful, let's say. This is mostly due to the high taxation. I think Denmark has really high tax rate, so this kind of creates a work-life balance in Denmark. So I think people are, let's say, more happier or more satisfied, so they're more willing, let's say, to spend their time constructively, more productively with their friends or in general, everything.
So that's why they also have high standards in education and healthcare.
Yes, exactly.
Thus, they focus on their well-being.
True.
Not like us.
Greedy.
Not pee. It's not easy to be a minimalist. Because all the influence from the social media and advertisements and the, I don't know, TV, whatever, they push you through consumerism. And thus you become materialistic.
Yes.
When we go somewhere, for example, to shop, especially now, Christmas season, everything is shiny.
Yes.
And you see offers. So what that leads you to do is just be greedy and buy everything.
Keep buying, definitely. Yeah.
Watch and buy. And then you become materialistic.
And there's a lot of shops actually who are very cluttered with things.
Yeah.
There's so many clothes everywhere from any age for anyone actually.
Yeah.
Are just stuffed all together.
Yeah. Even in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Especially when it's seasonal holidays or celebrations, whatever. They stuff everything.
Yes. And I think only really high-end stores have a really minimalist display in their shops. Yeah. Like Gucci, for example, or Prada or Louis Vuitton. Yeah. They always have, like, for example, they might have like a whole stand just for a small bag or for a pair of heels or something. Yeah. Just a whole. And there are very like few items in the shop.
What about the window display?
Yes.
It's so big
definitely.
And just one clothing or something like that. Yeah.
Have you seen in the other stores, for example, like I don't know, H&M, Primark, or things like that? They're always, their display is full of mannequins with wearing like one clothing on top of each other and a hat and a scarf and everything. Yeah. So they're always
and
like
around. There is many small stuff.
Exactly, especially when there's Christmas, for example, period. Yeah. They decorate as well, so it becomes even more cluttered. Yeah. And inside the shop is even worse. Yeah. No.
This also makes us being attached to physical things, and we seek for external validation because of those things, and then we lose a little bit of our maybe self-esteem. Imagine how many times you had to buy something just because it makes you feel better,
or just because it's a trend.
Yes,
you know, all those, for example, things that girls have in the in the stores, like I don't know, fake eyelashes or even the nails and all that. Or actually, even better example, there was one time that we used to buy those fake nails, like a whole pack from the shop. But nowadays, recently, actually, they have these gel nails, not the ones you get in the
sticker one.
Yeah, the sticky one. Yeah. Then they say to you, you can buy like a small UV light at home. Yeah. So you just spill it, stick it, shape it, and that's it. It's ready. Yeah. Why do you buy this, for example? Because you're influenced from this and that. It may be a cheaper option and all that, but still, at the end of the day, if you think about it, behind this is a mindset that but it's in the market, I have to buy it. But why do you have to buy it? Do you really need it?
Do you need it?
Yes, that's the thing.
Or you just want it?
Exactly. So how many things you have at your home, for example, just because they were a trend? Yeah. You buy this, and then
But do you actually always use them?
That's another thing as
or
well.
You just pile them up.
Yeah. Or then you just like, oh, it expired, I'm gonna have to throw it, for example, if it's like a foundation or a primer or a cream or anything like that.
All of those stuff, at the end of the day, is just material possessions, and they occupy space in your space and in your time.
Exactly. Because the more things you have, the more work is going to be for you. When you want to clean, for example, when you want to declutter, it's gonna take hours for you to declutter, for example, something. Or if you don't want to throw your things, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna stuff it back in the drawer and keep it there. Why would you stuff it though? Yeah, you're still keeping the item.
Sometimes because of the pile up, and you just keep them for too long and add up, you cannot do the decluttering.
Yeah,
it takes too much time and energy, so you say, I cannot deal with this now.
Even your mindset is not, your mind does not let you go into the work, for example, into that thing, because you're like, okay, it's too much, as you said, I'm just gonna leave it for now, and then skip it one day, skip it a second day, a third time, and all that, and then it just piles up.
Imagine after 1 year or 2 years later, and you still have stuff you never use because you cannot find the time and energy to just go in there
exactly,
and throw them, or just, I don't know, separate them or divide them, or I don't know, actually use them maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I think the best thing perhaps someone can do is, if you know you have a lot of things at your home, like clothes or decor and all these kind of things, perhaps declutter every few months and not wait, let's say, at the end of the year or the next whole season to do so.
For example, you can donate stuff. Yeah. And if you don't use something and it's there for a year or 2 years, sometimes clothing, old clothing, that's not on trend anymore. Yeah, of course, we're not going to wear them. Yeah. And all the time we go and buy stuff. Yeah. So the old ones, they stay there. So better if you donate them for a purpose. Yeah. A good purpose.
You can also do this what is it called, if you have like some furniture, for example, or appliances in general, there are all these websites online now that you can sell them.
Resell them.
Resell them, exactly, like Facebook Marketplace is the first thing and the easiest place that you can sell things. You can either give them for free, so just post a picture and say you have this free item there, they can collect it, or even like sell them online for a cheaper price, if they're still okay, for example, or something.
If you want to go buy something that serves more than two purposes.
For example, if you want to go buy a nightstand, I've seen some people, what they do, the minimalist mindset is basically to buy something like just a small table, let's say, as a minimalist idea, but in that case, it will be more practical at the same time to buy a nightstand that has like 2 or 3 drawers. In that case, even if you have any clutter, you can just hide it somewhere inside, and it looks really, it's just like a box, so it looks more clean in the house, I think.
The clean aesthetic.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I think many people have seen this on Pinterest. Every time they make like this girls kind of room aesthetic and closets and all that. That's why so many people nowadays, they have walk-in closets, and they always like display their clothes and bags and heels and everything like so nicely.
Another interesting idea is, with buying more practical stuff and leading a minimalist life, you actually save money. True. Because you're not just going out to buy stuff because you see them, because there's an offer,
or because you want them.
As well as this approach makes life stress-free.
Makes it a bit easier, I think.
As we said, less things you have, less decluttering. Or less
time, let's say, you spend for decluttering. It's gonna make
or even stressing about it to actually declutter.
Yes, definitely.
So
I think it's important to open another topic here that might some people consider that it's linked to the previous one, the minimalism, and that is the OCD. I think a lot of people nowadays it's been diagnosed more and more. These are certain obsessions that people have, and I think especially on TikTok I've seen it a lot of times. Some OCD, let's say, signs.
It makes people think about specific things. So this is a disorder that is often associated with distressing thoughts, obsessing thoughts that people have to act upon. Because it drives them crazy if they don't, and usually they are repetitive.
A behavior that
It's kind of like I'm not gonna say behavioral disorder. It's like a compulsive disorder.
For example, when you leave your house, you double check that you lock the door,
or the oven, or the stove,
or the straightener. I've seen it, some people with the hair straightener, for example, they go back again and again just to make sure that they have unplugged it or turned it off, for example. I mean, many times, and it just, I think, keeps repeating in their heads, like, have I turned off or not, you know?
Even when you leave It's not going back. For example, if you are on your way somewhere and you're like, did I do that? Did I do that?
Yes.
And it's just obsessing and obsessing.
Yes, exactly. But I think it goes a little bit more than that, because I think some people may argue that, okay, this is something that might be normal. Like, okay, maybe I need to double check the hair straightener, for example, if I turn it off just for safety reasons, or the stove, as you said. Yeah. But it might go a little bit further than that to a certain extent.
Like actually obsessing about it.
Yes, exactly. This can interfere, for example, with your everyday life, and can make people, let's say, really distressed about it, and I think really destroy or unbalance their schedule during the day. So it really affects your everyday life, this thing.
I think most of the people like that, they end up, and I'm not being harsh, not continuing their daily life like it was before, and sometimes they just stay at home more and more, and just keep feeding these obsessions. There are some common types of this OCD.
Yes.
Usually the people are germophobic a lot. They don't like to be in dirty areas, or they think these areas are dirty until they actually clean them themselves twice or 3 times, and sometimes with very harsh chemicals. And even without wearing anything. No gloves.
Just to make sure that they're completely germ-free, kinda.
These people are obsessing a lot about organizing all the time. And keeping their house spotless. And they cannot easily go to other people's houses as well.
Yes, I've seen some shows on YouTube. I don't remember which channel it was, but you know those people when they enter someone else's home and they have like for the shoes, in order for not to get their place dirty, there's like a small thing for the shoes, and then you put your foot inside, so it just covers it with like
a small bag
kinda. So then they don't make a mess in the house, and then once they leave, they instantly start cleaning and basically with chemicals and all these kind of things.
I've seen as well many times that those people are obsessed about cleaning and everything being organized, but there is another side to it. There are cases that those people with OCD, they are hoarders.
Okay, yes.
Which means
pile things up all the time.
It can go on that side. Let's go to the same topic, but a little bit lighter, Do you think you are OCD a little bit sometimes? In your personal life?
To be honest, from TikTok, I've seen so many OCD signs that I need to go get diagnosed, because there are some things that I thought were normal, even in my childhood. You know, for example, you've seen on TikTok things that everyone did in the childhood, but then there's common things everyone did, and then the OCD things that I thought they were normal, and I thought I was doing all of them. Like, you know, for example, when you walk in the pavement, I'm not sure if everyone has done this, but I'm sure you've definitely done this. I've seen you doing it. In the pavement, when you have like the tiles, the tiles down, you must.
Yes, you must.
You must step your whole foot inside this tile. If it touches the line where it's split with the other tile, you cannot handle it, I think.
No. It's too stressing.
It's too stressing, and it's sort of annoying, I think. Like every time I walk, I just have to think either to walk in the middle of the tiles, or for example, when you have, you know, in the pavement, the side, the small ledge, there's a little bit like raised up, and sometimes you just want to walk exactly on top of it and just try to balance yourself like in the middle, and then it's sometimes irritating. This one, it's like stressful, as you said.
It's obsessing.
Yes.
Like if you don't do it.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. I've seen the other thing on TikTok as well. It's a bit weird. I don't know how to explain it exactly. When there is an object, like a furniture, like the doorway, for example, or the countertop of the kitchen, and you want to walk past it, for example, and you just... I don't know if this is laziness or something, but some people say it might be OCD, and you just kind of do like the movement like that. Like if there is like a corner, you just have to go around it, but you don't walk a little bit on the left, for example. You just do your movement, your body, like try to bend your body somehow to just go. Like, it's so weird.
It has to fit perfectly like
that. Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Do you think you have OCD though? That's the question.
Guilty. But not only the ones you said.
Okay.
In the house as well. You know, when you're fixing your desk or the table or everything you're cleaning, everything has to be in a certain way positioned.
Otherwise...
Yeah, and very straight, each one next to the other.
Yes.
We order organization.
Yes. And if someone moves it, I think...
No, you get crazy.
No, you get... No.
Yeah.
Away from the things.
Fighting.
Yes.
Other thing is, if I stay too long in the house and I have nothing to do, I will clean the same surface 1,000 times. Even if it's clean. I didn't touch it.
Really?
Yeah.
All over again?
I go again, I say, let me do it again. And then I go back after a couple of hours, I say, oh, let me do it again.
Oh, damn.
But that's when I don't have something to do. Like, for example, if I want to... If I'm out, of course. But if I want to work or I want to see something, I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But if I don't have something to do, I redo the surfaces and everything. I clean it again and again.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's time
for Yay Time!
So today we have a game. It's called Common Quality.
Or characteristic in that case.
Have the first player names an object. For example, microphone.
Okay.
And gives it a characteristic. For example, red.
Okay.
Yeah. The second player names a different object that has same characteristic as the first. For example, if I say a microphone is red, you have to say, I don't know, the balloon is also red.
Yes.
And then you give a second characteristic to the balloon. For example, the balloon is also red and it has air inside it. Let's start with an object.
All right.
Randomly.
I'm gonna start with a bottle. Okay. The bottle is plastic.
The spoon is also plastic and it's white.
Okay. The table, yes, is also white and it has 4 legs.
The cat
Nice.
also has 4 legs,
Okay.
but is also an animal.
The lion is an animal, but it has teeth. Who doesn't have teeth?
Humans have teeth, but they also speak.
A parrot speaks. Yeah. But he's also grey.
The wall is also grey,
Okay.
but is also flat.
Imagine if I say the earth is flat. How many comments we're gonna have? Controversial discussions. Oh my god. The ruler is flat,
Yeah.
but yes, it's blue.
The sky is also blue,
Okay.
but it has stars.
A hotel has 5 stars, but it also has a bed.
One bed. The ferry has bed,
Okay.
but it also has
Fair.
pool.
The water park has a pool, but it also has air.
The earth has also air around it, but it also has land.
The landlord has a land, yes, but he also has a hat.
The store has also a hat, but it also has a t-shirt.
You wearing a t-shirt, yes, but he is wearing jeans.
The girl has also a bag of gin, but she also has a necklace.
The Titanic movie had a necklace, like the actual necklace.
Yeah.
Yes, but it also had
Rose.
but it also had waves.
The Titanic had waves. The sea
Has also waves.
it also has octopus.
The fridge has octopus. The fridge also has juice.
Christina drinks juice but she also drinks water.
The ocean
Yeah.
has water,
Wow.
but it also has...
Fish?
Yes.
The lake has fish, but it also has water lilies.
The water lilies are colorful,
Yeah.
and they're also floating.
The boat is also floating, but it also carries people.
The carriage carries people,
Mm-hmm.
and it also carries suitcases.
The closet has also suitcase, sis, but it also has a dress.
The dress is short, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also gold. And
The ring is also golden,
nice.
and it's light.
The feather is also light, but it's also flying.
The bird is also flying, but it's also walking.
The turtle is walking as well, yes, but she's also swimming.
The people are swimming, yeah, and they are also eating. Our examples, so lame. So lame.
So realistic as well, you know. All right.
Then we
So,
go to the fact of
the day.
So, do you know sometimes when you go to the shower, do you sing?
Yeah, every time.
Do you think you're more creative?
Why do you think I spend like half an hour in the shower?
Do you know why that happens?
Why?
Because it says a warm shower increases the dopamine flow, so you become more creative and inspired. Do you know many singers, they get ideas of their songs in the shower?
I thought this was just because you're, for example, by yourself in one place. I don't know, it was because of the dopamine levels.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because usually when you feel warm in your body, maybe the blood flow.
Yeah, you're more comfortable as well. So okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's proven by science then.
Yeah. And it's not because the artistic people, like all of those people, like they sing, and it's not because of their, because they are creative.
Yeah.
But because it boosts them.
You post that's nice. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Lash podcast.
That was it for today.
We upload a new episode every Tuesday, so stay tuned for it.
We will see you next week.
Be good.
Bye bye.